Thanks. Man, I want to know, how did you get so connected with Lil KEKE? I see Lil KEKE is like an ambassador of your movement. He's always with you. He co-signs you. You guys got songs together. And I could tell that musically, business-wise, everything, you guys got a great relationship. He's on a lot of your music. How did you get linked up with Lil KEKE?
Okay,
Houston legend, Lil KEKE.
Houston legend. Well, I did before I got locked up, 05, I had a mixtape, 300 Reasons for War. He had came to do a show in Longview. People linked us up, you know. He came to my house. I bought a feature from him back then. He hosted my mixtape. He rapped on the album, and that was like my first ever being around somebody that I'm watching them work, like an actual rapper work. I'm seeing it, you know what I mean?
So you paid KEKE to host your mixtape back in the day before you got locked up the last time? Okay.
And, you know, the rapper, you know, so a verse and the hosting of the mixtape. Well, that was like in 06 or something like that. And then I got locked up in 07 and didn't get out until 2019. Right. So me getting out and wanting to, because the mixtape while I'm gone, unbeknownst to me, had become a classic mixtape or classic album or whatever project where I'm from in Longview. And they know these songs and all of that shit, which was, you know, I ain't know this type. I ain't know it to the level of what it was. So as they was telling me this, and as I'm getting close to finna get out, I just wanted to kind of find that, rekindle that, right? Yeah. So I was gonna do me I'm gonna do this album, and I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna do this album. I'm gonna have Key on it. So I had people reach out to him, and then, you know, I get out. I call him. Of course, he do not even remember the fucking doing that shit. You know, out of town hitting licks. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I was a lick that he hit right then. So I got another feature from him, and I did a video appearance. And at the time, now when I got out, I went to Austin. So I'm in Austin orchestrating this verse and video and all this shit. And I did end up doing I'm like, I want to come to Houston, do this video. Blah, blah. All right, you know. So shout out to my boy Alvo, D-Fee and them guys in South Bank, you know, for extending they neighborhood to me and my neighborhood, you know. So my whole hood come down here from Davis Street, you know. So our neighborhoods converged in South Park and South Bank, you know, at King's store. And so Key come, it's like, damn, you know. And it was such a big scene. And you're like, who the fuck is this rapping over here? You know what I mean? And it's me, you know, and him. Key. So it's like, and this is the first time anybody from my neighborhood has seen me when I got out, because nobody had seen me yet, right? Yeah. So I'm over here in his name, and this is how just real niggas linking up, you know. And from there, we stayed in touch. But like I say, I'm getting to work, you know. Put my first album out, Crowns. The first Crowns, and just, you know, running it up. He did the intro on there, and we just stayed in contact. But like I said, I was always, the fact that I was able to call him and ask questions about things that was taking place with me in this game, and I was getting real answers. So like I told you, like, boy, a real hustler just wants the information. Anything past the information, he gonna, wow, you know what I mean? Because if you getting the information, that's all you want.
So all you need is the plug, man.
A real hustler just wants the information, man.
Thanks.
You ain't got to give me no money. You ain't got to do nothing. Just let me, if I'm asking you something, you can, that's it. You know what I mean? So I just was grateful for that. And, you know, throughout time, he just started doing more and more. You see, you know, if somebody grateful for some bread, and you giving them little bread and they grateful. One day you might say, damn nigga, come on and eat this steak with me. You know what I mean?
Facts.
You gonna be like, damn, I can eat the steak too. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, you know, that's just pretty much the nature of our relationship, man. He embraced me, brought me into this, you know, opened the door for me to be able to be in this city and put me in the atmospheres that was conducive to me meeting and learning. You know, when people, I'm gonna tell you, he's such a great guy and such a stiff, iconic person from this city, and not friendly, right? No. So when people are seeing you with, it's like a fucking badge of fucking, because they know that he don't fuck with nobody, really. You know what I mean? He ain't fucking with nobody. These niggas done had the same friends for years, so you got like all their life. So you got this new guy, and it just eased open the door for me to be able to, you know, just to, like I say, to be in certain atmospheres and for people to say like, man, that nigga out here hype, you know, and you know, everything just really kind of developed and spent off of that.
For sure.
Yeah.
What would you say is probably some of the best piece of game KEKE ever gave you?
It's been so much. One piece. I don't even. Shit. No feelings. Like thick skin in this shit. Don't take none of this shit personal. You can't take it personal. You know what I mean? You gotta just be doing it and just give your all to it, and whatever you put into it. Like, I mean, I know it sounds cliche, but man, this game gonna pay you back. You know, but you gotta be putting in. It take a lot to get a little, and then it take a lot to get a little more, and then it starts to increase its pay to you based on the level of what you put in. But you be having to put in. I'll tell you one thing that he always say. He say, niggas, you got 365 days in a year. A nigga only think about being a rapper 10 days out of the year, doing rap shit 10 days. And they want the fucking
lifestyle,
the lifestyle, the benefits of somebody to think about it every single day.
Yeah.
It don't add up. It's not the right math. You know what I mean? And that's very simple, but it's really real. Niggas is walking around every day doing whatever you're doing, and what you're doing is who you are. So that's who you are right there. And then you fuck with this shit every so often, and you still want to be received as, nah, it just don't work like that.
It's crazy. Lil KEKE has this label, well, really a brand and a label he's been building over the years through music, merchandise, and all type of other things. 713 SLFMADE.
SLFMADE 713.
For sure. Mm-hmm. Are you signed to SLFMADE?
Signed.
Are you with SLFMADE? Like,
I'm definitely with SLFMADE. As far as signed, okay. I don't have a contract.
Okay.
That says that I'm a self-made artist. Every time I do music, it is our self-made business.
You record at SLFMADE Studios?
Yes, and we come to the table for these projects since I've been in Houston. Davis Street, Pain Made Me Rich. These are projects with the backing of SLFMADE and the oversight.
And these last two projects, they're probably considered what one would consider your first two official studio albums. Yes,
most people would.
Yeah, even though you got mixtapes, it's like albums, bunch of mixtapes. But with SLFMADE is what you consider.
Yeah.
For sure. So KEKE invest into you?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Hell yeah. And like, bro, it's money, but it's so much more than money. Like people, I'm a nigga. Yeah. So I know how niggas is when they hear certain things, you know what I mean? And a nigga can hear, if I had the investment, I'd be, it's not even that. It's more than that, man. It's about being able to see people work, dog. Like if you was cold at something, you could be cold, but you know, like you could be a great cook. You know that Gordon Ramsay or Bobby Flay is a great cook, right?
Facts.
And it's another thing to be in the kitchen with Bobby Flay. That's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
In the kitchen with Gordon Ramsay.
Hell yeah.
Watching and being able to say, damn, Gordon, why you fried that egg like that? And he don't go off on you and nothing. Well, I fried this egg like this because now you an egg frying motherfucker. You know what I mean? So it's just like, man, being in the kitchen with him and, you know, and just not and being in these atmospheres where others come in and we in there and it's a lot of people in there, and then having, you know, like the opportunity to be able to do what I do in these spaces, you know what I mean? And you know, like you could be real cool, right? And you really think that you raw or whatever. I be seeing, and you know, again, like I'm a nigga, so I get like what, if you was to tell somebody like, you know, everybody think they tough, everybody think that they talented and all of this type of shit. In these rooms with everybody, I wonder, could you write that rap right now on the spot?
Yeah.
Go in there and stand up with your chest out and record that motherfucker in front of everybody. Could you do that? Because a lot of people can't. You know what I mean? That. So when you're talking about going in there motherfucking hammering it out, I think that a lot of people, you know, so I'm grateful for these opportunities because they made me stronger. They made me able to like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like I'm, you know, it builds your self-confidence up to be able to know that you can deliver in these atmospheres. So, you know, I take pride in that shit. And he's the one that introduced them atmospheres to me and all of that. And then not even just the crafting of the music, but the different shit that be happening. It be a lot of shit happening. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's dope.
Yeah.
Man, where do you think Lil KEKE ranks as far as Texas artists like greatest of all time? He's up there?
I mean, yeah, because you got to think about the lane itself. You got to think about who do you know that is that lane, you know, that was before him? You know, who?
Nah, before he started.
I'm talking about the lane of being a Texas artist. We already know that Face is the GOAT, one of the GOATs of the entire rap game, but that is not a path. You know, we don't got a lot of people that went the path of Scarface, great lyricist, big city, you know, the back end of, you know, we don't have that. So when you're talking
respected by every region too.
Respected by every region, you know. So we're talking about the path of being independent Texas artists and that you can eat and live off this shit. You know, before you ever saw a Currency, before you ever saw like independence, rap independence, you know, Texas, we know that E40 and, you know, we understand it, Master P, we understand but I'm talking about Texas. I think that he's number one. I would think.
For real? Number one.
I respect
that though. I respect it.
I would like to see who, if he's not number one, then number one was influenced by him, right? Whoever you gonna say, if there's gonna be somebody else that gets said, I think they gonna be gonna say that he gonna be their favorite or he gonna be their pick, right?
That's a real legitimate conversation right there.
Yeah.
For real.